This also has to do with the Hope for Horses and the Pierce County Animal Control. The letter I've handed out to you today is a summary of my response to the seizure by Pierce County Animal Control of the abused horses owned by the Gales on 96th and Waller Road in Summit. I was involved, I'm a veterinarian, Linda Hagerman. I have Tacoma Equine Hospital in Spanway. I was involved in the care of the first two taken and cared for initially by Rose Corey. I do not wish to read the entire letter to you, but says I'm sure you're capable of doing that yourself, but it outlines my anger and disappointment regarding how the control officers, the Auditor's Office, and Hope for Horses carried out their mission. In the time since I've composed this letter, I've received via email Pierce County's request for proposals number 149, which indicated the desire of the county to establish a pool of providers for equine boarding and care. I applaud this initiative as just the kind of change I'm looking for from the Animal Control Department of the Auditor's Office. My complaints with the department have been that they had, firstly, had no logistics control in place at the time of the seizure, and secondly, had no local citizens available to help with the horses. According to, I have to get my glasses here, Auditor McCarthy's organization of the Horse Summit held in Pierce County to solicit the ideas of local citizens, and the release of the RFP 149 give me hope that things may be changing for the better. I plan on submitting paperwork to apply to be a provider for the Animal Control Department because I want to be a part of the solution to care for neglected horses in our state. I will also continue to look closely at and be critical of the steps the county takes as it moves forward and develops the Animal Control Department. The booklet I've handed out to you is our National Association's recommendations for proper horse care in the event of a seizure and rehabilitation. As I outlined in the letter, I don't feel like the animal control officers in charge of both evaluating possible abuse and advising citizens on proper care of their horses to avoid seizure actually know that much about horses, and this is a grave oversight. The county needs to place much more emphasis on training current officers on proper horse care or hiring an equine specialist. Finally, there are many people who are dismayed and angry about the role Hope for Horses plays in the Pierce County Animal Control Department, including myself. I saw for myself the neglect that the two horses I initially cared for suffered through while in Miss Edwards' care. Their medical needs were ignored and they were not fed enough food. No matter what good intentions Miss Edwards has or spouts, the results are not seen. She is not a good choice as a rescue provider, and her overbearing role with the county needs to be stopped. As outlined in my letter, her participation in Pierce County Animal Control brings up issues of wasteful spending, conflict of interest, and the competitive bid process. So the Waller Road neglect case and its handling has revealed many shortcomings in the Auditor's Office, including animal control officer incompetence, disrespect for citizens and taxpayers, fiscal irresponsibility, and conflict of interest issues. I'm hoping Pierce County Council can make animal welfare and rescue a priority. The county should assign responsibility for this important governmental function to qualified, knowledgeable people who will be willing to solve problems, find answers, and be responsive to concerned citizens like myself. Thank you. That's a little bit too much. I'll just be there to help her. Him, her.
Any other comments? Please state your name, title for the record.
Good evening. George Wearn. I'm a citizen from Graham, and I appreciate the opportunity to testify. I just want to make one comment. This is back on the horse issue. Mr. Chair, you suggested that if Dr. Hagerman had so much passion that she apply for auditor, and I wanted to clarify that this isn't just about animals or about horses, and that's certainly a huge part of the issue, but it's also about taxpayer money. And an awful lot of money has gone from the county to this outfit that's called Hope for Horses, and in my view, they've exercised an inordinate amount of control over the whole process. I would be concerned as this problem grows and more horses are acquired that it might be good fiscal management to keep a tight wallet on this, because in the case of Hope for Horses, in one case they billed the county for 15 months of boarding, and for 10 of the months, or more than half of that time, I don't remember the exact number, those horses were not even under her care. They were under that organization's care. They were farmed out to foster homes. So I think there are some better alternatives, and this will come before you again, I believe, and I appreciate your consideration of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sharon. I was actually serious. I wasn't being flippant.
Well, thank you.
You bet. Any further comments? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing.